sorry, Pablo. Go ahead.
You're good. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast episode of the PG Talk. Today we have a special guest. His name is Jacob. He's actually Jose's friend from college that made the drive down here to come be on the podcast. So please welcome him on the podcast.
What's up, man?
Thank you. Not much. What's up with you guys?
Not much, bro. Thank you for making the drive.
Chilling.
Thank you. No, my pleasure.
I know you're probably a busy guy. I know when you texted me, you're like, "Hey, man, like, how much time should I have, like, prepared?" Because now you had to get like a babysitter aligned.
There's a lot been going on recently. I'm still in school, but I work at Amazon now. I'm what's called a LOR, which is lead on the road executive. So down in Whiteland, which is where I live and I work, there's a delivery provider. Well, it's all delivery services, but there's third-party companies that do most of the deliveries. So we do all the really large packages. So if you want a furniture, and it comes in a big box truck, that's my department.
Oh, cool.
So I'm one of the leads that kind of work with the third-party companies that do the deliveries.
Nice.
So that's what I do. And then I just scheduled classes for this semester. And then I'm getting married later this year. And then we've got a 9-month-old as well.
Congrats.
Man,
Congrats.
So I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Try to slip in training every now and again.
Yeah.
That's been really tough. But yeah.
So how you doing it with school? Because I'm assuming it's full-time, right?
I'm doing part-time. I'm full-time work and part-time classes. There's 2 reasons why. A, I don't have enough time. And 2, I'm putting off paying loans. Because I'm going to end up I want to buy a car at the beginning of this year. I'm going to have to buy a car. And my student loans are pretty much going to be a car payment.
Yeah.
So just going to continue. So once I finish with my degree, which will probably be the end of this school year, hopefully, I'll probably take a few extra business classes just to prolong that. Because Amazon pays for school at this point.
Awesome.
So I'm going to take
So
advantage of
are you
that.
still in exercise science?
Fitness management, personal training.
Okay.
So I switched over to that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me too.
Avoid the hard science classes.
Yeah, dude, avoid what's it called? Chemistry.
Yes, chemistry 1. I did 101 to get ready for 105.
Oh, we had that class together, didn't we?
I think I got like a D-.
Dude, I barely slid by passing. I'm like, there's no way I'm not gonna pass like the next level.
Yeah, there was no way. I felt like class and lab were 2 different things.
They really were.
Couldn't put the 2 together.
Yeah.
The math I was okay on. The theory and stuff I thought I understood in lecture. And then we did quizzes and exams. I was like, I don't even know what this is.
And then like the lab or like recession.
Yeah, whatever
they
called.
want to call it. It was like 2 hours after the actual
Oh,
class.
you're talking about
Recitation.
Yeah,
because
they
got same thing, really. They got to resuscitate you after you die.
Yeah.
But like it was honestly kind of pointless to because the teachers wouldn't really teach us anything. They just like sit there and make sure we were doing our book work.
Yeah, most of the time we would leave early. That's my one complaint with. I understand the point, but one of my complaints with college is the labs and stuff are always typically taught by like grad assistants or just people who want to teach it, which is good experience if you're the one teaching it. But then also like I had a math class that was taught by somebody who wasn't the professor. So we did all of the year's work and then we went and did the final, and there was like probably out of, I don't know, probably 20 or 30% of the exam that we hadn't gone over of like graphing of certain things. I'm like, I'm pretty sure our professor said we weren't even going to go over this. And then I was just like, I don't know how to do it.
So, that's not fun.
Yeah, there was like, I don't know. I like some of the grad assistants I've dealt with, but I don't like the whole idea. I don't know. Maybe more supervision over it.
Yeah, I haven't had too much like grad assistants in my classes because I'm a business major.
Okay.
So I don't like all the craziness you guys go through. I know a little bit of it because my wife is pre-dental right now.
Nice.
And she just had 101
Chemistry?
this like first part of the summer semester. And it's summer, so it's like sped up.
Condensed.
Bro, she's smart though. She got a B+ in physio.
Dang.
I think it was an
How?
A.
With
She got an
with
A in
Pat
physio.
Clark?
Yeah,
Is that even possible?
Yeah. It was,
That's wow. Okay then.
She had a little posse that actually we all hang out with. It's like part of our friend group, and them 3 would get together all the time and just be constantly studying.
Were you in that with me?
Yeah.
That class
terrible,
crushed
man.
my soul. I had to read. I retook it, and I took it on the Saturday with the high school professor, and I think I got a B+. It was night and day difference.
Oh,
man. I don't know.
So it was really the professor that kind of makes it or breaks it.
100%, right?
Yeah.
She outright said, "This will be the hardest class you ever take.
Like from the beginning, she's like,
first
this is
day.
really hard. Yeah.
Quizzes are harder than the exams, and the exams are really tough. And I remember specifically, there was one day I was downtown at Quill's with a friend of mine. We were both in the class, and we were studying, and then we went to go take the quiz, and it was all over stuff we hadn't covered because we were behind. And I got like 0 out of 5, 0 out of 10. It was raining. I rode my bicycle to work at the YMCA, just like really mad. Got there in the quickest I've ever gotten. And I'm just like, well, how am I supposed to do this if I can't even?
Yeah.
Like we don't even go. I don't know. We don't even go over the material. She didn't go over it very well.
Yeah, and when she goes over it in class and doesn't get to what she needs to get, she's like, just learn it like outside
on
of class.
Your own.
Yeah.
You know, I think my wife and her friends, when they took it, I honestly think, if I remember correctly, they just didn't go to class anymore.
Wow.
They just followed the curriculum
key.
and just did everything themselves.
Our friend Andy, I don't know if it was that class, but like he just doesn't, there's some classes where he doesn't show up to.
Yeah.
He just learns like,
it's kind of pointless.
He's also kind of crazy with when he learns. He's like very not photogenic, but like
photographic memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll read it once or twice, and it like the majority of the
it.
information sticks, and he's good.
Wonder what that's like.
I know, right? Imagine.
Yeah, dude.
Man, that must be nice.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you passed with her?
Oh, barely, dude.
Man, I don't
Like,
even. I gave up.
Yeah.
So
you retook it and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second to last exam, I think it was, we had like 10 days between the exams. I remember this. And I was at the library until they closed, which was like midnight or 1 p.m. Studying.
Yeah, during finals, it's at 1 in the morning.
Yeah. And I think I got 2% worse than I did the previous exam. And I like dedicated myself. I went to both the study sessions. I had all the notes. I was on the whiteboard writing things out. I'd erase it, rewrite it from memory. And then we get to the exam, and I just didn't know. So I gave up.
Dude, the way I took the final exam, I low-key kind of gave up, and I just took my chances on guessing.
I took it to tell people what was on it from what I could remember, and I was like, I remember I took it and I told a couple friends. I don't even know what was that. I don't even know any of those questions. So
like, I legit
sorry.
I legit was reading them, and I was like, you know what? Like I was sitting there thinking, like, statistically, I think I'm gonna get a better grade if I just guess.
Yeah.
Because if I overthink this, I'm gonna get the wrong answer. Like
you're just gonna screw yourself up. Yeah. That's wild.
I think I ended up getting like a low C on the final exam.
That's pretty good.
Bro, I guess.
That's really good. When I went to take the first exam with the second attempt, like this testing center was packed for physio students, and they were all in Clark's, and like people were coming out, like their faces were white, and one person was like, "Did you hear that? What the average is?" And one person was like, "No, what is it?" "Oh, it's 28%." And I stood there, I started laughing out loud, and I was like, "You guys were with Pat Clark, aren't you?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I failed with her. So good luck, but you should have taken it on the Saturday."
Yeah.
For 5 hours.
5 hours.
It was because it was one
man.
Saturday. So lecture was like 3.5 hours, and then you had like a 30 or 45 minute break, if I'm remembering right, and then you had like a really long lab, which I only stayed enough for like 15-20 minutes because I saved all my old labs, and that's what I turned in.
Oh, got it.
So I would refill out the new labs with my old information and just turn it in. So
nice.
I worked ahead.
Yeah. You're like, I killed it that time.
Yeah. But are you still taking classes?
Yeah, I'm taking. So in the fall, it should be. I have the fall semester, and then the spring semester, I have my internship, which will be my the last thing. And then I graduate. So I would be graduating next year.
Nice. What class are you taking?
Dude, I can't tell you off the top of my head.
The only one I've done is 416 because I know it's a fall only class. So I couldn't take it last year.
Yeah.
Because I took last fall off. So I have to take it this one. I'm going to do another. I have 4 degree classes I have to finish before I do the internship. But if I'm not mistaken, you have to have at least 2 or 3 of them done because you can take 1 or 2 with the internship.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to do that so I can get.
Have you gone to Camp Roches yet?
Yeah, I did that when it was on campus.
Dude,
days ago.
I did it when it was like, because there's a camp that our major requires us to go to for a week. But when COVID hit, they did it on campus, and it was like, I think it was like a 4-week long thing or something.
Yeah,
like
it was like super short, 4 to 6 weeks or something.
And you would meet twice a week, or I think it was once a week.
I don't remember.
Gabby ended up going to that one, right?
No, it was me. I went. To that.
I think we were in it together, but we weren't in the same group because there was a bunch of people I recognized.
What
and
time
I feel like I don't remember what time. I have a terrible memory.
I remember there was like a really early session and then like a midday session. I think you might have been in the really early session because I remember you texted me and be like, hey,
I might have been in the early session.
Yeah, because I was the session after you guys. Yeah,
yeah. So I would have taken that same summer.
But honestly, it was nice instead of actually going all the way to buttfuck wherever it was.
Somewhere like way up north that you're responsible to get to, and then pay for the class. I wasn't a fan of that.
No. And then when you're there, do you pay for like lodging or like?
It's like camp. It's like literally, from what my understanding, you're literally going to camp, and you're like the whole point was to build leadership skills. So you're put with a group, and you're supposed to like do crazy weird tasks, but find a way to work together to do it.
Okay.
Man, it's gonna sound really mean, but I don't like people younger than me for the most part. And that was always my biggest complaint with college is a bunch of idiots. Yeah. Like I hate to say that I'm 26.
Okay. Oh, I'm 25. I'll be 26 in November. Yeah.
So he hates both of us.
You guys aren't young enough. But like the 18, 19-year-olds, and it's nothing against them, but it's like we failed like half our tasks.
Oh, really?
And like some of them were like, if we do it this way, no, let's just blah, 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 blah. And like we would never fully get it on some of them, or some of them would take longer. And so I finally got to the point where I would just like stand back and let them figure it out. Yeah. Like, not that I'm all knowing and the best, but I also have like 6 years of managerial experience.
No, I get it. Because when you're around like kids like that age, they're just barely starting to figure it out.
They're just kids.
Yeah, and then you try to like coach them one way or tell them to do it, and you try to be like helpful,
right?
And they just end up blowing you off. So you're like, you know what, you got it.
I remember one of the activities that one of my my group did was it was inside, and we were all sitting down at a table, and there was a bunch of nails in the middle of the table, and you had to balance. So there was one nail stuck into a piece of wood on the table. Not like on the table, but like just a block of wood, and you had to balance. I think it was like 10 other nails on that one nail.
No, I don't know. We didn't.
And it was like a leadership building activity to where like it was like a patience thing too, because you had to like, and we ended up doing it, which is freaking nuts. I was freaking out. Yeah. I'm like, how the heck is that possible? But like it was one nail, and then you had to like balance them with like the edges of the like flathead of the nail. And you had to balance it on that one nail.
I skipped a couple weeks, so that might have been one of the days I missed.
Nice.
Did you do the one where it was in one of the lab rooms, and you had, I think it was 3 center blocks, and you had like 1 2x4 or whatever, and you had to walk from one to the other,
but without touching the floor.
Whatever that one was, we couldn't. That one bugged me, and I was like, "How do you do it?"
We did that one outside, and Jay Bradley was just watching us do it. Jay Bradley is like the director of our school. And he was just watching us do it, standing there like, nope, maybe try it this way. And I'm like, man, like
I could not figure that one out. Because the one where we were outside and you just did it and you made a maze, that one wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that one was easy.
But this one, like, I barely remember. But there was, I think, 3 center blocks, and then there was a line in the middle that you had to go under.
So how much time do you have left to graduate?
I have the 4 degree classes and 2 or 3 electives. I have 1 credit worth of 1. And I think it's art and humanities, 3 credits of that left. So I have InShape, my internship, and then 2 other degree classes. So I think I'm going to look and see, because I know they were doing some options for InShape to be online, but I think that was only during COVID.
Okay.
So if that's the case, if I can do it online, I'll do that this semester. Yeah. But if not, I'm going to find a different class.
InShape is with Fallowfield, right?
Fallowfield or Swinford, I think.
Okay. Either one. Fallowfield's the one that's got John Cena as a friend.
Yeah.
I remember when you told me that one.
Yeah, he supposedly knows a bunch of people from back in the day.
Because he has a picture with John Cena, right?
I think so.
Do you think he's actually friends with him?
I don't know. That's hard to say. Maybe back in the day. I don't know. I'm sure they were like acquaintances at least.
Like back in the day.
I doubt were they like best buddies going to dinner every day. But
like constantly texting each other, calling each other.
Kind of like how we're friends, but we don't hang out every day and all the time. Yeah. Maybe like that.
I can see that.
Yeah, I work with somebody at work, and he was the sparring partner for Evander Holyfield.
Wow. Oh, no way.
And he has a picture of him, and I'm like, dude, that's cool. Like, they're both like, after a training session, just like gloved up like this, you know. Wow. Looks good.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, dude.
Now that's different. That's might be a little bit more of a friendship, really.
Yeah,
man. But yeah, I'm ready to be done, but I'm also like okay with it taking longer. Before I really wanted to be done. I'm just kind of taking my time, really.
Yeah.
No rush.
Right. You're like, I'll get done when I get done.
Whenever I get done. Yeah, I have I want to say it's a 5-year plan. So I'm now considered management at Amazon. And one of the things that they offer is once you hit L4, they give you stocks. Oh. And so they gave me a large amount of stocks, and then the split happened, the 20-to-1 split. So I've got almost like 200 stocks of Amazon right now, and they'll give it to you in portions over the next 2 years. So my plan is over the next 2 years, hopefully the stock market goes up a little bit more, but then I'm going to take out a portion of that and try to start some other side business. So my goal in 5 years is to come up with 2 extra sources of income.
What would those be?
I have no idea yet. I don't know.
Are you going to try to involve your degree with them? Or is it just kind of like whatever you...
So the degree thing is totally different. So there's something called Career Choice at Amazon where they'll pay you, I think it's $5,200 for the entire year for you to go to school for anything. They don't care what it is. If you want to go get your CDL, if you want to go, I guess, be a certified welder or go to college, they'll pay for you to go. Awesome. So I'm using that for schooling. And then the stocks is just kind of like an added bonus when you get to that level. Right. Because they do pay raises, but they don't give like significant pay raises until you get up to a higher level. Okay. So then with each year in review, I'll get more stocks. Yeah. So I'm just going to use that opportunity to hopefully grow some side businesses.
I know you, I don't know if it was with the school, but I know you were doing an internship as like a strength and conditioning coach.
That's what I want to do. I want to coach, and I would like to own my own gym eventually. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of like the end goal. If I can get some other sources of income, I'll quit Amazon, and then I can focus on coaching full time.
Have you taken fitness management
yet? That's, I think, 416. I think it's a class I'm taking now. It's like Thursdays from, I don't know, like 6 to 8:40 p.m.
You're taking that in the fall?
Yes.
Honestly, like, it's a really good class. Yeah. The professor there is really, I think she's like co-owner of NIFS.
That's cool.
Yeah, and she's really good about like any questions that you have, ask her. And like the whole purpose of that class is to build a plan to basically. So by the end of the class, you should have like a plan to like, let's say like you want to go to the bank, take out a loan to open up your own gym.
All the steps that it takes to do that.
Yeah, you have a business plan. You have a layout of your gym. Everything you want, like costs literally to like a piece of pen or like piece of
you've
pen,
got all
a paper clip. Like the class is pretty hard, but like it helps a lot.
So I mean, that's what they want to know when you go get a loan. They're like, what are you going to spend everything on? And they want a business plan. They want your mission statement, everything.
Yeah.
They're not just going to give you money.
And that class like does exactly that. And
it's pretty cool.
It's really fun. The class, it's just, I think it's like a later class, like a 6 to 8.
Yeah, it's pretty late, which is fine. But I work at 4 a.m. Oh. And I work Wednesday through Saturday, so it'll just be one late night. Yeah. Hopefully we get out early. But yeah, that'll be interesting. So I've already done an internship, and it was with a gym called, I hope they're going to kill me for forgetting the name. It's Kyle Moran owns it, but it's Moran, it's Mass, a Moran Academy for Strength and Speed. So let's think of Mass, but I can't. Moran Academy for Strength and Speed, and it's in Carmel. And they've come and taught in one of Noggle's classes for labs, like Olympic lifting.
Oh, that was them?
Yeah. So I did an internship with them, and they're trying to get it approved for the school. And Mandy, his fiance, has run gyms her entire life. Awesome. And she works for a different company as well, where she like is an event planner. So she kind of went through a lot of the business stuff. And then he was like all the strength and conditioning stuff. So I technically still help coach there, but I haven't the past several months because I've been so busy. Mm-hmm. But he programs for me, and I'm still affiliated with them. So when I do decide to like do my own gym, they're gonna help like mentor me into
that's
that.
Awesome.
So yeah, I kind of got that in the bag. I really like everybody there in the gym. They've grown quite a bit since I haven't been there. Mm-hmm. But like being in Whiteland and it being in Carmel is such a far drive just to go work out and then find a babysitter. So I haven't been able to go up there in a while, but yeah, I like being with them. They're pretty great people.
Yeah. That's what makes all the difference.
Yeah. So whenever I do open it, it'll be like my own business, but we'll still like be, I don't know.
They'll be in a way your mentors.
Something like that. Yeah.
So do you plan on, or when you open your own business, do you want to open it here in Indy?
So no, I'll probably be Columbus, Indiana. So that's where I'm from. We're going to try to move. We want to live in the country. We want to have animals. My fiance went to school for training horses and like therapy and stuff with that. So she loves animals. Mm-hmm. So she wants a horse. We want chickens. Yeah, all that stuff.
A couple of cows.
A couple more dogs, you know. So we're looking to like the Franklin, Columbus area. And then the high school I went to is actually preschool through high school, and it's a private school. So we would like our son to go there.
Cool.
So we want to go in the Columbus region, and Dr. Riley lives in Columbus, from Columbus. There's another kid that graduated, Zach. Don't remember his last name, but he lives down there and has supposedly been training and trying to build a name for himself. But there's a couple little gyms, but the main one is Total Fitness, and it's kind of like a YMCA body. It's owned by a bodybuilder, former bodybuilder. But there's like a big vacuum for like a good strength coach place. Right. Because I have a couple people I know who used to be pretty serious powerlifters, a couple pretty serious bodybuilders down there, and they stopped. I know some of them stopped going there because it just doesn't like fit what they need. So like that is like who I want to target.
That's cool. Yeah. That you found the void there, so to say, in that style of gym. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I'm trying to start several other businesses, to pay bills, but I really want to try to get a foot in the door with some of the high schools. I know Columbus North has a really good program, and they kind of, both East and North kind of do like their own thing. Mm-hmm. But if I get my foot in the door there, and then maybe the school I went to, kind of like build a reputation, get some of the kids and stuff. Yeah. Start training some of the kids there. Yeah. Nice.
Does the school you went to have a strength and conditioning coach?
No. So it's a really small school. They have, I think they have a baseball team, a basketball team. Yeah. We used to have a soccer team, but I don't know if there still is. I think that's it. Maybe a girls softball team. But like I probably get my foot in the door there. Yeah. One of the kids I graduated that I'm friends with, he coaches the girls basketball team now.
Oh, nice.
And then I don't know who coaches JV. It used to be a couple kids I knew, but I know the coach pretty well. I'm sure I could. Hey, free time,
it's all about connections.
I'll make the athletes stronger, faster. Yeah. But yeah, if I can get my foot in the door there and then kind of like build something up. So I've been building a gym at home as well. Nice. So eventually I want to start training people out of my home gym and then kind of build that clientele.
So how's that process been?
It's been
building
good.
Your own home gym.
I just don't have any time. With Amazon, I make enough money to buy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not affiliated with anybody, but Titan Fitness.
Yeah. Sponsor him.
Sponsor me because I would like some free stuff. They've been compared a lot to Rogue, and they have a really bad reputation because supposedly when you used to buy stuff, it wouldn't come in a box. If you bought a barbell, it wouldn't come in a box, and it would have like the shipping label stuck to the barbell.
Oh, and from Titan?
From Titan. So they have a really bad reputation because of that, but over the few years, they've been trying to renew that. Right. They've also been called the copycats of Rogue. So anytime Rogue comes out with something, they come out with something. Oh, man. So like I was kind of skeptical about getting their stuff, but it is the best. Yeah. The quality is, I don't have everything, but to me, the difference between some of the high names like Rogue and some of the other ones, Hammer like, Strength,
some Sornex.
Yeah, it's the same, but the price is significantly cheaper. Right. And so I've got bumper plates, some adjustable dumbbells, and a few little things here and there, collars that are better than the Rogue ones. Good job, Titan.
Hey.
And I'm going to buy.
Where you at?
Yeah, where you at? So I'm going to continue to buy some stuff from them. I want to buy a new rack, and they just rolled out new attachments for the rack. So instead of buying machines like leg curl, leg extension, a dip thing, you can buy attachments to put on the racks. Instead of buying your own cable system, they have different cable systems you can put on the racks.
That's cool.
So I'm going to get some of that kind of stuff and continue to grow over this winter. Because I'm L4 hourly, I'm not salary yet, and so when peak season rolls around, we get an extra bonus since we're still hourly. Yes. So I'll make a bunch of money this winter, and it's all going to go in the gym stuff, primarily saving money too. But
let's go.
Yeah. So if you want to do it, Titan. I built my own platform with some horse stall mats, some wood, drill it together. Not bad. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
So do you have a lot then? Or just like the rack?
I have a squat rack that I got during the pandemic. I have a Vulcan CrossFit bar that I got in the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And then also during the pandemic, I found 1,000 pounds of old like metal plates. And so a powerlifting buddy of mine, we were both like searching for stuff frantically. It was 1,000 pounds of weight for like $500. And it was in Warsaw, Indiana. Shit. So like an absolute steal. Yeah. So I left work early. I told my boss, like, I got to go. Yeah. So I left work early. I was working in Columbus and drove all the way up there, and we split it, 500, 500. Or maybe I took 450 and I gave him 550. So we kind of split it and then split the cost. So I have those, and then I bought a full set of 120 kilo bumper plates and then 2 extra 25 kilo bumper plates. I've got adjustable dumbbells, a kettlebell that you can add weights on to make it adjustable. I've got the platform. I've got a bench. I've got a 50 and a 70-pound dumbbell. I kind of created my own like pulley system for like tricep work and stuff. And then I've got resistance bands.
Nice.
And a cycle bike.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay.
So you're just over here curling 50-pound dumbbells?
That's right.
yeah. 50
one at a time. That's right. Then I switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, there's a few things I want to get, but I mean, I pretty much have everything I need to get strong. I mean,
yeah, dude. Yeah, with 450 pounds of weight.
It's more than I really need to lift. But yeah,
man.
I still Olympic lift. That's what I want to compete in. So I want to do my best to qualify for the Arnold next March. I don't remember the weight classes. I'm not good at competing because last time I competed, I think I hit one of my 6 lifts, which was just pathetic. But in training, I should be able to qualify for the Arnold.
Okay.
If I can make my weight class. That's another problem. I've gained a little bit of weight. So if I can cut my weight over the winter, get my strength back, I think that's my goal. Go lifting the Arnold.
So when you compete in Olympic weightlifting, are there 3 lifts that you do?
Just 2 lifts. So you have your snatch and clean and jerk.
Okay.
So snatch, you have 3 attempts, and 3 attempts with your clean and jerk. And snatch comes first, and then clean and jerk.
Okay.
So yeah,
which of those do you like doing more?
Oh man, clean and jerk.
Clean and jerk.
I think yes, it's a lot harder. It's harder. I don't know. I like jerks themselves the most, but I also really like snatches. But if I had to pick one of the 2 movements, probably clean and jerk.
Okay.
Because you lift more weight and it looks cooler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember the total. I'd have to ask Kyle, my coach. And I know they switch weight classes, so I'm not sure where I would land. But I think I have to have, a total of 220 kilos. I can snatch 100 kilos, and I can clean 120 kilos. I haven't jerked it yet. I've jerked 118 kilos, I believe. 114, 118, one of the 2. So I'm like right there, really close.
Yeah.
And then I maxed out both of those, I want to say in January, and then I had an injury, shoulder injury, and then took several months off. And so I'm like the past couple months just now getting back into it.
And that's so interesting because a lot of whenever I hear about competing in any kind of athletics like that, it's either bodybuilding or powerlifting.
Yeah.
I don't really know anybody who competes in Olympic lifts. Or really anybody who trains in that way, you know?
Not a lot of people here. It's not real big in the U.S.
No. Everywhere else it is, though.
Yeah, it's huge everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot. I don't follow the sport that much.
Mm-hmm.
I've been competing because that's what I like and I like coaching in.
Okay.
I've had a really hard time finding the competitive nature in doing a one-man sport. Competing against yourself. I always played team sports. Basketball and soccer is my background. I played golf just because I like golf and I want to hang out with friends. But like I'm used to that team dynamic. So I'm used to like playing my part in the role to help the team win.
Right.
And I know what my role is. I'm not the best, but I know what my role is.
Right.
And then being where it's one-man sport and you're competing against yourself, like finding that competitive.
Completely different.
I can't find. I've had a few moments where like we'll compete with like people in the gym, like who can hit this first. I can get a little fire burning in me, but like to find that competitive nature, I don't know.
Yeah, when it's just you and
you and yourself.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any tips, let me know. That one's a tough one. I like it a lot. I went to my nephew's baseball game a few weeks ago, and there was like a really bad call, and it got me fired up, and like I felt that competitiveness burn a little bit, and I was like, all right, we gotta get going, find a way to find this again.
Yeah.
Felt good.
So when it comes to like the lifting, how does the training look like? Because obviously you're not out here bench pressing, you know. So
for Olympic lifting, I really don't bench press at all. I don't tell Kyle, but I do it on my own. Oh man, that's a really good question. And a long answer.
Yeah, well, because I know when it comes to like reps and sets, you're not doing like 8 to 10 reps.
No, so it's all really small. It depends on what type of training you do, like block, periodization, and all that kind of stuff. I have it all written down in my notebook. I have a terrible memory for terms, but a lot of it is going off your current max or your total max, because you can't lift your 1 rep max for the year every day. So you kind of go off on how you feel. With Olympic weightlifting, it's a lot different than like bodybuilding or powerlifting. Bodybuilding, you're targeting different muscles. So you can go in every week and do a different, like if you're doing chest, you can go in every week and do a completely different chest workout.
Right.
Like dumbbell bench versus barbell bench, or like a machine bench. Olympic weightlifting, you do almost only snatch, clean and jerk, front squat. Back squat maybe once a week. Do some light accessory work, but it's like those three main things is what you do all the time.
Right.
It's really high skill, whereas like squatting, you could do like 10 sets of something at a certain percentage of your 1 rep max for a certain amount of reps, depending on the volume, and just continue to grind it out. And as you get tired, you continue to do it, grind it out, because it's squatting. There is skill involved, but it's not like Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah, it's a lot more technique.
Yeah, the skill is so much higher. So it's a lot of lower reps. The percentages kind of wave up and down of what you do.
Okay.
Without getting out my program and going through all of it, I really couldn't tell you.
So you're more really focused on like perfecting the skill of it.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's one of those things like any other sport, basketball, shooting a basketball, dribbling a soccer ball, scoring a soccer ball. You have to do it consistently. If you take a few weeks off, you'll be like, oh, that doesn't feel right. You can feel like minor things off. It's all like muscle memory, really. Yeah.
Just staying consistent with it, getting in those reps.
Yeah. So it's a lot of skill work. So a lot of it's skill work. I was talking to Kyle last week. So I'm getting ready to go into like a strength phase to try to build some strength back and get some strength before I get ready to get ready for the Arnold, I guess, in my opinion. So I still have like a ton of skill work because I need a lot of skill work because I haven't jerked since January. I haven't done a full clean and jerk since January.
That's
outside of just the bar. So like the skill there is like, I know it's gone, and it'll come back because I have the muscle memory, but like it's going to be a lot of skill work. So like half my training is Olympic weightlift specific, and then I have like some squats and like some bodybuilding stuff.
Right. And that just to help you get strong.
Right. Yeah.
For the actual lift.
Yes. And then the bodybuilding stuff I added.
Oh yeah. You're like, this is just fun.
Yeah. I do a few extras just because I know, no knock on Kyle. I know like some of my weaknesses. So I injured my shoulder, my AC joint really bad.
Okay.
And I think it came from when I maxed out my clean, when I cleaned 120 and then I bench pressed the next day. But after my cleans and then when I went to bench press, like my shoulder felt funny. It just felt really sore and uncomfortable. And it never really bothered me too much once I warmed up. But then like during the day, it would be like a constant burning sensation. So I figured out that's what it was. And when I went to the chiropractor, like your rear delts and your rear rotator cuffs are like really weak. So you got to like really focus on that. So it's like one of the things I do. I've been doing a lot of rear delt work. So now I just do like an extra day of just shoulders.
Right.
Like trying to target that.
Yeah. I have a similar issue toward my right one, and I think it may be similar to what you have, but I've also been doing a lot of rear delt work.
Yeah.
Because I mean, naturally my shoulders kind of roll forward, and so and especially like you said, when I warm up, but specifically like on any bench,
you
that I'm doing, especially at the bottom, and as I'm pushing, I feel like my shoulder's doing all the work, and I'm like, well, obviously that's not right.
Right.
And a while back, I injured it, and it put me out for like 6 months almost
it was a
from the
while.
gym.
It sucks.
I couldn't do a push up. I could barely raise my arm to
barely like
wash my
bench
head.
just the bar.
Yeah, dude, it was rough. So now I'm working back up. I can do 155 on the bench again. I don't really care for power lifting much anymore as far as for that lift. But I'm just trying to get my shoulder back and be healthy, you know.
You'll get back. What kind of stuff are you doing?
I do a lot of like the I's, Y's, and T's on an incline bar.
Nice.
Incline bench with dumbbells, like light dumbbells. I'll do, I don't know what it's called, but you're sitting down and you're going like this.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
I do that one with the band a lot. I do that.
Against like
I'll just have the band like facing that way, and then I'll bring it back. I do that one with the band, and then this. So it's kind of pulling me forward.
Like the rope for doing the face pulls.
Yeah.
I'll come out like this, and I'll bring it back up.
That's good, yeah.
And do that.
Another really good one that I've been doing that helped me specifically is you get like one of the small bands, and you want to keep your elbow in your shoulder, and you pull it apart. and then do like 20.
Like this?
Yeah, and you're just pulling. Yeah, you're just pulling the band apart like this.
Because I have a loop band that I have, and I wrap it around my wrists, and I'm just doing this.
Yeah, yeah. Rotate your hand this way, and then just like bring it out. Try to keep your elbow tucked in. Really hard to do, and then do like 20 of them.
Okay,
that's what I was told to do.
Okay, I'll definitely implement that, man.
Davin Greenwell told me that one. I don't know if you remember him. Yeah, I like him.
I took an elective with him. It was just like strength and conditioning.
Yeah,
dude. When I got there, he looked at me and recognized me from another class. He's like, "Dude, do whatever you want."
He's the goat.
Oh, for real? Oh, that was last semester.
The class I just went to work out in.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Dude, he literally looked at me. He's like, "I know you know what you're doing. Just do what you want."
Go for it.
He's like, at one point I might like grab you to the side. To like help you demonstrate something to other people, like the class.
Right.
And he's like, if you want, you could also like just go up to someone and ask them if they want you to train them. I'm like, okay.
I like Davin. I don't think he's teaching as much more now that last time I spoke to him. I think he's doing more of his like, I don't know what you do when you get your doctorate degree, but more of like his clinical stuff or whatever it is. But he's a great resource. Yeah, I like Davin a lot. Too. He's very smart. So I didn't know him, but I had seen him before. So he's from Columbus, and he used to work at AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts.
Everybody's from Columbus.
Yeah, and I've seen him before, and because whenever I first saw him, I was like, "You look kind of familiar." And I was like, "Where are you from?" And so like we had a conversation because he used to go and do like the grass and scraping, which was a big benefit. So we used to chat about it. But he's turned me on to a lot of research articles that I've read over the past. I was considering grad school at a while ago. He was kind of the one that put me onto that. And they kind of also turned me off from it for the right reasons. I'm not going to be a collegiate athlete. I'm not going to teach at a school. So
yeah, you want to make sure you're going into it for the right reasons and not just going into
not just have a doctorate.
Right. That's pointless.
Yeah. I know at one point I talked to him in that class. He told me that he had a podcast where him and his buddy just talked about like all the physiology behind exercise and all that. And he told me that I think they got like 5 episodes in and his buddy like moved somewhere. So it didn't end up happening. Yeah, but
that sounds kind of familiar, but I never listened to any of them. I'll have to look them up.
I looked it up, and I think I listened to one of the episodes, but I don't remember what it's called. But like the guy,
it was a lot of information.
Yeah. Very smart, yeah. A recent podcast I came across recently, I think it's the Huberman something, but it's Andrew Huberman, and he is a neurologist or human something at Stanford doctor, and he was on Rogan and then another podcast, Lex Friedman, that I listened to.
I know Lex Friedman.
He's really smart, and I like him a lot. So I just started listening to him, and I can't remember his philosophy, but it's pretty much he still teaches, but he wanted to create a platform to teach what he talks about in class. Now it's not the same as his lectures, but he wants to open up the world of science to everybody.
Right.
So he's got some pretty good ones. I just started one podcast the other day. I'm only a few minutes in, but he's another one. He's pretty smart.
Do you listen to a lot of podcasts?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where I don't listen to as much music because I'm always listening to something.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people that we have on, we always ask if they listen to a lot of podcasts. Yeah. And more often than not, more people have been listening to more podcasts than actual music.
Yes.
You know?
I don't listen to as much now because I don't drive as far for work. If I find quiet time at work, which I have a good amount of time, sometimes I'll use music because I like the white noise.
Right.
The podcast, it depends. I really like to like focus. But yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
My number one favorite would be Joey Diaz's podcast, The Joint. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Mondays and Wednesdays. I listen to that every morning before I go to work.
Nice.
On Mondays and Wednesdays. I don't work on Mondays, so I listen to Wednesdays, and then Monday on Wednesdays, and then Thursday I listen to Wednesdays. I like the Rogan podcast. Lex Friedman, I just started listening to. I like him. Those are really the main 3 I listen to. There'll be like clips I see from certain ones, and then I'll watch the podcast.
Nice.
Table Talk with Dave Tate, I listen to his. I've listened to Mark Bell's a few times. I started the Andrew Huberman. Peter Attea, I think is how I say his name. He's a doctor and something, I don't remember, but he's really focusing on like how fitness and long-term health and how it can help you like live longer. He's really good. He's kind of like the leader of all that research right now.
So would you say most of your podcasts are like research based?
I would say so, yeah. The one that is really enjoyment would be, depending on Lex, Rogan, like their guests, those are kind of entertainment. And then, of course, Joey Diaz
is
complete entertainment. I need yelled at in the morning some days. Yeah. But yeah, I really like listening to that kind of stuff. It kind of keeps me grounded because I can only do one thing at a time. Okay. I love motorcycles. And like, I have a motorcycle. I spent a lot of time working on it. Mm-hmm. So like this summer, like I got away from like all the exercise and training because that was my only focus. So like if I had to like start listening to like the podcast again to get me back into like, oh yeah, this is my passion. This is what I love the most. I just kind of forgot about it.
Back into that world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very like once I'm on one thing, I really don't have much time for the other. I gotta focus.
Right, you're hyper focused on that thing that you're on at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially something like motorcycles. I work with some people that just never ending.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of information, a lot of things you can do with a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, exercise, fitness. It's my favorite. I used to think I wanted to train only athletes, but I'm getting to the point where I guess maybe as I'm getting older. I think I'd rather just do general population. And a big part of that is the lack of knowledge out there for people. And I mean, it helps so much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to lose weight, the best way to lose weight is not to go on a treadmill and do cardio. It's to lift weights because you're gonna burn more calories. Yeah. And there's so many different benefits, whether it's lowering your blood pressure, increasing or decreasing your resting heart rate. Then you even have bone density, tendon, ligament, muscle density. And then once you hit a certain age, you start losing bone density.
Right.
So if you can build that up at a younger age, then you're going to have more to lose and you can slow that process down. And the same with older people. If you can start with somebody who's in their 50s, 60s, it'll slow down that process a lot. And something that Dave Tate said recently I was listening to is he doesn't understand why people are so against squatting. And he's a big believer in like box squats. So he came from Louis Simmons gym in Ohio, which is kind of like the best known gym for powerlifters. And they did a lot of box squats, a bunch of stuff with bands and chains. And he's like, if you go to the hospital and you have surgery, what's the first thing they're going to train you to do? To get up out of your bed.
Yeah.
A sit to stand, right? That's what they call it, sit to stand. What's a box squat? A sit to stand.
Yeah, you sit down with a heavy load and you stand back up.
Yeah, what does everybody do? Get off their couch, get off their bed, get out of their chair.
Yeah.
And there was some really good examples he gave, like what can be like injuries, like, you know, a lot of time when the people go to get, they lean on something, so they're twisting, or they got to pull on something. So like the strength to get up is not there. Oh. And there's so much stuff I know that I have a hard time remembering specific details. Not that I'm smart, but I have everything written down. But I know grip test and VO2 max, and there's one or two other things are like the prime scale or whatever, the prime thing to look at to see how longevity for health is.
Oh, interesting.
And I know the grip strength is like you hang on a bar and see how long you can hang. And there's a certain time that you want to try to get. Right. And the reason is because of strength, but also it's like how your neurons and stuff are firing, how all of that is working. So if you can continue to help all that be healthy, then the older you get, you can be one of these 75, 80-year-old, 90-year-olds who are running marathons. Yeah. Or who are out working jobs. You're like, how old are you? Oh, I'm like 85, even though they look like 60.
Yeah.
Like, I want to help people get to that. You're like, how did you do that? I've just always been active.
Yeah, never stop moving.
Yeah, I want to be that person, and I want to help people.
Be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the general population, the general public, where... Because I know a little bit. I feel like the common fitness myths I know aren't true.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know anything specific. At one point, I was a personal trainer. I kind of fell off from that, so to say.
Yeah.
But, like, I know a lot of people say... Because a lot of people that I work with believe that if you use your body and you get sore, which is bad for your body, and if the more you use it, the more wear and tear you get, and it's bad for you.
And that's a very like common misconception that like the general public thinks is true.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy the things that people will believe, because I'm like, well, how does that weird thing that like, okay, so I don't know if you know, or if you know anything about it, but you know how people say if you put lemon in your water, how that helps you lose weight?
I think I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually not true. If anything, the lemon in the water is doing more bad than good.
Huh.
The reason why people think it makes them lose weight is just because they're drinking more water.
Yeah.
They're being conscious about drinking water.
Right. You drink more water, you're going to be full longer. You're not going to eat as much.
Exactly.
You're not drinking soda.
So if they just eliminated the lemon and just drank the water without the lemon, it's the exact same thing. But they think it's the lemon. It's actually just the water that they're drinking.
Right.
You know, it's little stuff like that it's like weird that
there's so much out there, and a lot of it is because people are just trying to make money. And that, I don't go to GNC or I go to Vitamin Shop, but I don't go to Vitamin Shop and talk to them like, so what's the best supplement? Because like probably 90% of the workout supplements are useless. It's just a placebo.
Yeah.
It's just to get your money because, we've got the best product. We'll help you lose weight faster, build muscle faster.
Yeah. And most people aren't going to do the research into what each ingredient means and how much is an effective dose and all that.
Just, I do creatine and protein and that's it.
You take pre-workout?
No.
No. Nice.
Maybe a cup of coffee? No, I don't.
Why? Is that like a personal choice or you just... Okay.
I want to... I get too jittery sometimes, but also like I want to be able to train when I feel tired and get in there because it's harder and I like doing hard things. Okay. So then like the days that I feel good, this is easy. But like I have plenty of days where I haven't worked out because I don't have the energy. So I like doing it without the pre-workout because then once I get going, I'm fine. Once I get warmed up, then
you start like a little sweat going and you're fine.
I don't need it.
So you kind of you want to go into it not relying on anything. You want to like your own willpower to actually work out.
So do you feel that you can work out long like that, or you think it's because like pre-workout it's advertised as something that helps you lift more through whatever it does and like lift longer and
it doesn't give you more energy. So how caffeine works, again, I don't know all of the terms, but if you look up how caffeine actually works, it doesn't give you energy. Because if you look at coffee, which is one of the primary, or tea leaves themselves have no calories. So how does it give you energy?
I mean, there's non-caffeinated pre-workouts.
Yeah, if it doesn't have... So caffeine itself is supposed to help with some of the chemicals in your brain. So there's one, adenosine or something, that builds up over the day that makes you feel tired to get you ready to go to bed. Okay. Caffeine blocks that. So it helps you feel like mentally more energized and ready to go. Oh. So it's almost like kind of like an adrenaline rush from my understanding. So you have the energy, you just feel tired. I also drink a lot.
So all it does is just block off the feeling of being tired.
Yes.
And you're using the energy you already have.
Yes. So it's not like giving you extra energy.
Blowing my mind,
unless you're drinking something with like sugar in it, then you're going to get the sugar. But if you're drinking like a no-calorie caffeinated beverage, that's what it's doing. It's not giving you more energy. It's just like helping the chemicals in your brain.
It's just helping
not be
you
tired.
Not get tired.
I was just talking about the whole lemon thing, and then when you said, "How does it give you energy if it has no calories?" I was like, "Oh my god!"
But if caffeine helps you work out, do it. I'm not against it.
At the end of the day, it's realistically not that bad for you, especially if it's just like black coffee. And you're just going in for a workout. It's helping you work out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the caffeine, it's the workout.
Right. Even pre-workout. I mean, unless you're like taking a right amount of it and you're not gonna have a heart attack.
Right.
Oh yeah, like
I really don't care.
Bro, I see people on Instagram like take like 5 scoops and be like, I'm ready to gym. Like, bro, you're gonna there goes 5 years of your life.
Yeah, you don't really need that.
No. What I do is recently I've been doing just half scoops.
Yeah.
Just half a scoop, and really it's just for a placebo.
Yeah.
Just because, like, once I get the taste of it, all of a sudden I'm like, all right, I'm wired. Let's go.
Yeah. My first question, if somebody was to come to me and ask something about that, and they're training, they're wanting more energy because they're tired all the time, my first question would be, how much do you sleep? What does your diet look like? Why are you tired? Because most of the time it'll come from them not sleeping enough or sleeping too much.
Or just not eating good food.
Or just a trash diet. And you're like, well, that's why you're tired, is because you're eating trash and you don't sleep. And then, if you can get your body on a routine of feeling good, then you won't need it as much.
Right.
Yeah.
I like what you're saying, man. I like that. Because that's something that I've opened my mind to recently. Like within the past, I want to say year to year and a half.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, I'm obviously still very tired. And everything I've been doing, like drink caffeine or whatever, it's not helping out.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is it? And for me, I think it's just sleep. And just not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
I go through days where I have a water bottle. I didn't bring it today. Because I don't drink water.
Gotta drink some water.
It's like a 32 ounce, like just thermo or whatever. And some days I'll drink like 4 or 5. but then the next day I'll drink like half of it.
Yeah.
So I'm just inconsistent.
Gotta be consistent. I drink a lot of water because I'm always thirsty.
Are you into energy drinks?
Do I like any?
Yeah.
Or
what's your opinion on energy drinks?
If I have to go get one, I'll get the Rain Orange Dreamsicle. That's my favorite.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's really the only one I like. I like I've tried some of the rocks. They weren't bad. The first one I tried, it tasted like a drink of vitamins. It tastes like a bunch of vitamins. So I was like,
I have
no.
one here. I actually just tried this today. It's a super berry.
Okay.
It's empty, so like there's nothing to try.
Not
but
bad.
like it's pretty good.
Yeah. I like Jocko, the Jocko Go ones.
Dude, yes.
I like Jocko a lot, so I'll drink whatever
Jocko.
they make. Yeah, I like him and his company a ton. Origin, anything that they make. I want to get some of their jeans and some of their work boots this year.
The work boots I've looked up. They're expensive, but man,
I think they'd last.
Totally worth it.
And American made. I can't help
and
but
they're all
not support
handmade,
that.
hand stitched.
Yeah,
like
they'll last a while.
Generally, like quality material. You know?
I like I have his protein mix I got from Vitamin Shop, and I like it. It's pretty good. No complaints really. But yeah, I like drinking a lot of water. So back to the caffeine. There was an interesting video. Again, I'm terrible with names, but there's a doctor. If you Google caffeine, he'd probably come up. He was on Rogan, and he has like his own little video talking about the history of caffeine. And so, like way back in history, water was always contaminated. So it was like really dangerous to drink. So most people drank some sort of beer or wine because the alcohol in it or the fermentation would kill most of the bacteria.
Oh.
So everybody went around buzzed most of the time. And like even like your kids, you'd give them hard cider because, I mean, water was so dangerous to drink. The average lifespan was like 32 or something. So when coffee came around, nobody, I guess, had thought about boiling water and drinking it. And so coffee and tea were kind of like the introduction to that. And they think they can link the start of coffee to like the mathematics a revolution or whatever, like all like the thinking period to caffeine, because all of a sudden people went from being buzzed all the time to all of being like hyper focused and like being able to focus on something really long and really hard. And then like you started seeing like all this progression in things.
Yeah.
And then it just like continued over time. So
dang, I did not know
that was like one little thing I wanted to throw in there.
Yeah.
So I really try to save my coffee, or caffeine, not for like the workouts, but like for work, because I work 10 hours days. Right. So like, towards the end of the day, like I'll start getting like, So try to save it for that, and in the morning for like my brain focus, because working out for me, Olympic lifting takes a lot of like thought, but if I'm going to like just doing my strength stuff, I really don't need to think. I can just like go in there and do it and be done.
I did a thing where last week I went every single time except for once without taking pre-workout. Yeah. And honestly, all the times that I didn't take pre-workout, I felt the burn more. I felt the contractions more, and like I was more there instead of like feeling numb and just moving weights.
Right. Yeah.
So like I think I'm starting to like derail myself off of pre-workout. Yeah. But at the same time, I have a caffeine addiction with.
I love coffee, so I feel you. I drink coffee. I probably drink like 5 or 6 cups a day.
Holy cow!
Oh, dude. For real? I can't help it.
Dude, some of them are just straight black coffee.
Some of them are espresso. So I have an espresso, so I'll make little cappuccinos or just like a cup of coffee, a little bit of milk.
Yeah,
I love the taste. I love the taste.
Yeah,
so
I had a latte this morning, so I can't judge you, man. I love coffee
now
too.
That I think about it, every time we would get together at school, you'd always have a coffee with you.
Oh, I love coffee. I love the taste of coffee. I'm one of those coffee nerds. I had a double shot espresso, cappuccino or latte or whatever this morning, and then I had a cup on the way here.
Nice, man.
And I'll probably have one when I go home.
On the way home.
So do you prefer ice or hot?
Hot, all the way hot.
Yeah.
Now, if I need like a quick bit of energy and I'm running late, I'll throw some ice or something in it and then like chug it, but hot all the time.
Even in the summertime?
Oh yeah, hot. Yeah. It's something about the hot drink and the flavor that I like. So like the cold takes away from it. And I don't like it.
It does.
Yeah,
I agree. It definitely does.
That's interesting because like growing up in a Mexican household, I correlate hot coffee with like it's time to go to bed. Because we would always have coffee like late with like some bread or something. Yeah. So like every time I drink hot coffee, I like mentally just like
ready to wind
down, ready to just like relax. Yeah. So that's why I prefer iced coffee, to be honest. But like during like the winter, a nice hot coffee like it's pretty good.
It's the same thing as like it could be -30 and I'll still go get ice cream. And eat it. I'll eat ice cream any time of the year. I'll have hot coffee. I'll go sit out like on the days I'm off. I'll go sit outside in like 80-degree weather, sipping my hot cup of coffee, or my hot espresso.
Like
I just love it. I'm addicted to the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. Yeah, that's probably, outside of the microwave, the most used appliance we have in the house.
The coffee machine?
Is the espresso maker, yes.
Is it intense? Is it like one of these
it's
like
like
expensive
a
ones?
$180 one off Amazon, so it's pretty cheap.
Okay.
Works perfectly fine.
You guys get discounts on Amazon?
No.
No.
Oh, yes. We get like 10%. We get a certain cash amount, or like 10% off Amazon sold, Amazon shipped items. Because, if you have your business, you can sell things. You don't get it on that. It's not really worth much.
Right.
We don't get free Prime either.
Oh, no.
But I get the cheaper Prime because I'm still a student.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
but
facts.
yeah, no, you don't get free Prime. And I guess their logic behind that is not everybody uses Prime. So they'd just be wasting money, which I kind of understand. But I'm also like, give us
money
free
do they
Prime.
Have to waste, man? These guys got money.
I agree. But then again, that's also weather. So
yeah, that's
they're,
true.
They're good with
really
that.
tight knit about everything.
Yeah.
Are the work environments there good? Because I've heard a lot of things about Amazon.
Amazon is probably, outside of the YMCA, which I absolutely loved.
And you don't really have to disclose anything because I know you.
No, it's fine. The YMCA, I've worked with the best people. Mm-hmm. Not to say Amazon doesn't have the best people. I've made some friends at Amazon, but Amazon itself is probably one of the best companies I worked for.
Okay.
Depending on who you are, it doesn't really matter who you are, what ethnicity you're from, where you're from. They're all inclusive. They try to go, maybe in my opinion, a little step too far to try to make everybody feel welcome, which is good. But they're really good. The pay's really good. The jobs really aren't that hard. Unless you're like the beginning level where you're loading the trailers box by box.
Working on the floor and stuff.
Then it's physical work, but you still get your breaks.
But that's
and
like
to move up, and to move up from those positions are super easy. Because most people who do that, they don't care. So if you show any initiative, it's pretty easy to move up the ranks.
They're like, we want you.
Oh, you're good. All right, come on, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it happened with my fiance. So she got a job. She lived in West Virginia, Ohio. Okay. And so she was moving back to Indiana. She was trying to find a job, and just Amazon was hiring. Right. So she started in fluid load, which is literally a semi-trailer, box by box, loading it box by box.
Yeah, stacking it to the
She
top.
started doing that, and now she's in the same position as I am, like L4 manager.
Nice.
She's worked her way up, and she got out of fluid load fairly, like within a month or two, if that.
Do you guys offer weekend shifts?
Yes.
There you go, Pablo.
So I'm back half.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
So if you're part-time, yes. I'm not really sure. It really depends on where and what the job is, but yeah, there's all kinds of shifts available. I'm back half, so I work Wednesday through Saturday, and I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, which is my ideal shift.
That's nice.
Yeah. Because right now I'm... bleep.
Yeah. Well,
okay. I don't know. I've said some pretty wild stuff on other podcasts before.
Yeah.
And
I can believe it. It's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
Yeah. Right now I work at...
Cool.
And I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
And it's nice because it allows me to go to school during the week.
Right.
And then work a full-time job because they count my 36 hours as full-time.
That's good.
Anything over that is overtime.
Yeah, anything over 30 is technically... I think anything over 31 is full-time, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, and it's really nice. I get all the benefits or whatever.
That's nice.
And I mean... I've heard horror stories about like Amazon or something.
It's people who are lazy who don't want to do their job.
I'm saying because I work over where I'm working in, like we have similar departments, right?
Yeah.
Where there's a receiving where they just unload the back of the semi.
Yeah.
Anything that's in there, it's all floor loaded. They just throw it up the conveyor.
Yeah.
No matter how heavy it is, you know.
I mean,
well, up to like 70 pounds, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that is... There are places in Amazon that do that because you obviously have to do that.
Yeah, but that's just the nature of the job.
It just is what it is.
And I went to a department that we have, and it's literally you just get a bunch of mixed boxes that come in.
Yeah.
And you just build a huge pallet of them.
Yeah.
Palletize it, and then throw it to the wrapper, and then somebody will come up on the pallet rider and take it to the to get loaded on, floor loaded.
If you there's positions like that, but I mean I also know like 60-year-olds who will outwork me and outwork 20-year-olds, and they don't complain. And if they don't complain, it's not that bad.
Yep, I have this lady who's pushing 70, where same department and everything, and she will pick up an 80-pound box
like it's nothing.
And you have people who are like 18 or like early 20s who refuse to pick it up.
They just
because
don't
want to
work.
Too heavy.
They just, oh man.
So I feel like I feel like there is horror stories on Amazon about whatever, but also I feel like it's mainly just people who don't like to work.
It's bullcrap.
I think just people who want to just show up, get paid and do nothing.
I think it's the nature of a factory job, unfortunately. But I think like the whole Amazon thing, people kind of like there might have been like a couple negative like tweets or posts about it, and people rode that train, and then all of a sudden Amazon's a really bad place to work for.
Yeah, that's really all it is. I don't want to speak too much to it because I know we're not allowed to speak a lot about it. But I know Amazon ZL is like the normal delivery services. Now that is hard because you'll have like it depends on what season. If you're in peak season, you could be up to 300 packages a day to drop off, which is like a full 10 hours. Now, driving hours for DOT and stuff only allows you to drive X amount of hours, so you can't go over on that. But it is tough work. But
that just comes with the nature because so many people, everyone uses Amazon.
Yeah.
We were just looking at getting lights for this podcast on Amazon.
I mean, everybody buys on Amazon.
Exactly.
I'm not hating, but also a lot of the companies that do the deliveries are third-party companies contracted with Amazon.
Right.
And that's the department I work in. So we do the extra large. The two companies that do the deliveries are not Amazonians. They're their own companies.
Okay.
So we work with them and we give them guidelines of what they can and can't do and how to do the orders.
Right.
But at the end of the day, with specific things, how they treat their employees and stuff, it's their company, their business. So if you work for a crappy DSP, that could be where a lot of the rumors about delivery services being awful and how delivery is awful. It could be just from like a really bad DSP manager.
Right.
And that could be what I think a lot of it has come from. Because when Sarah started working, she goes, I don't know what people are talking about. This is like really good. They gave her almost 4 months off maternity leave, all paid. They have like a lot of really good benefits. And their insurance is one of the best, super cheap.
Did you get anything like paternity leave?
I didn't because I still work at Target. I got 3 or 4 weeks,
okay.
And Amazon offers more. I think it's 6 weeks for males.
Is that like instant as far as like
you just let them? You just like if you have a due date. Say the due date is August 6th, and then you end up delivering on August 3rd. You just like call in HR. Hey, I'm so and so. You give me your login credentials or whatever. Like so today's the day. I'm like all right. So your leave starts now.
So, that would be it. But like as like day one,
day one, you get insurance day one. Day one, you get hired in. Now the only thing that doesn't start day one is like the school. You have to be there with 30 or 90 days, and then you can get like the career choice. But insurance, and I think that I believe is day one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm asking like personal questions right now.
Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to get a job.
The insurance is good. Yeah. I think I pay like $23 a check. And I have the second.
Jeez.
I have the second best. Sarah has the best, and she has our son on hers since we're not married yet.
Right.
So hers is a little bit more. But even before we had Harrison, I think hers was like $25 a check or something like that.
That's not bad at all.
Bro,
for the pregnancy, the only thing we had to pay was like $1,200 for the actual birth. And she ended up having an emergency C-section. There was some complications after that.
Oh man, and only $1,200.
And that was it. All of her medicine for like asthma and different things is covered. She doesn't pay anything out of pocket. It's really good insurance.
I might have to take your number and just ask you a lot of questions after this, man.
That's fine. I can send you links.
If you give
me your email, I can refer jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that would be great because I'm moving to Noblesville, and that's an hour drive for me. And if I can cut it down a little bit, that would be amazing.
Where is Noblesville?
It's 30 minutes north from here.
There's an Amazon up there somewhere. There's like 30 Amazon locations here.
Yeah.
So there's something close there. Okay, for sure.
I'll have to see what I can do.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got really personal.
It's fine. No, it's been. I started working there because obviously I'm a father, so like I have to have that responsibility no more working part time, which I was fine with. So I ended up going to Amazon. I started as a level 3 on TOM team, which is transportation operation management. So you move the semi-trailers in the yard, you check trailers in and out. My favorite job so far. But it's like turned out to be a major blessing. Like obviously I still want to coach. That's my primary goal. Right. But for the time being, it is like, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing blessing.
It's provided you with like insurance, stable income, like
money that
benefits.
I needed. Yeah. A very happy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So awesome. You're recently a dad. How's that been?
The best thing ever.
Yeah. You say your son is 9 months,
almost 10 months. What is today? The 28th, he'll be, I think, 10 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So thank you. His name is Harrison. Man, I don't know how to explain it, but it's the greatest thing. It's literally the greatest thing.
Yeah. Was there when he was born? Was like, and you saw him and like hold.
Oh, I cried.
Yeah.
100%.
Was there something that kind of switched of like, okay, now like I'm
Yes.
deep in what. Like in my job, I have my career sets,
yes,
and I'm going
much more serious. Not that I was an adrenaline junkie before, but like I go on vacation with my friends. We do jet skis, and I had no fear. I went after my son was born, and I was kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Oh,
riding my motorcycle, like
yeah.
I'm a little more. Not that I was uncareful, but like I'm a little more nervous when I do
You're
it.
a little more precautious. About
There's different things I'm a little more nervous. Where before I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah.
So like that changed. Being more serious about my goals changed, but that also changed when me and Sarah started dating, because we knew it was like going to be long term and we were meant to be together. So that kind of helped change it. But then once we had him, like that switched everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kind of like more off of me and what I want to do, and more like how can we make life better for him. It's all about him at this point.
Nice.
Along with some of our stuff, we make time for ourselves.
Yeah,
but
you kind of have to,
You have to do that,
lose
yes. But yeah, you guys are both married now, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Just recently married.
Congratulations. I saw that. Congratulations.
Yeah, back in May 14th is when we got married.
That's exciting. How do you feel?
Honestly, man, like you said you had that switch when you became a dad. I think I had like a little switch when we got married. I'm like, wow, like, because we've been dating for a long time. Yeah. And like we've honestly talked about it for a long time.
Right.
Like, so like all that talking, like finally the day comes. You can ask Pablo. Like, I was so emotional that day. Like, it was probably like honestly to this day is like the best day of my life.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was, How did
you propose?
So it was when COVID first started. So I had this whole thing where it was going to be on Christmas Day. Well, I did propose on Christmas Day, but we were supposed to be over at my parents'. Yeah. But because I think either I had COVID or she had COVID. Something along those lines. We ended up staying here at the apartment, and it was something super like cheesy. I blindfolded her. It was the last present that I gave her that we were giving each other, and then I had her open it, and then I was on one knee with the ring, and she started crying.
Was she like totally like,
she had no idea, man.
That's so good.
I had previously, I actually had the ring since October.
Yeah.
And I was just hiding it in my bag. My book bag.
Bro, that's so dangerous.
In plain sight. Like, I just leave my book bag like that, and it's just in there. And
it's not a bad hiding spot, though. Yeah. I don't know what she's like, but my fiance, I had my ring for a while, and she'd look for it.
Oh, yeah?
Because she wanted to know what it looked like. She's always bugged me, so what's it look like? I'm like, how do you know I even bought you a ring yet?
She's like, I saw the receipt.
She goes, I know. And I was like, I didn't get it yet.
Yeah. I got the ring probably like October, November.
Nice.
And I was like, I know how I want to ask her. And then I just literally put it in my bag. And I'm like, she never looks in my bag. Like, it's the best.
Perfect.
Like, why would she now?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So it worked out. She had no idea. I think during August, I had asked her, kind of like planted the seed about like what kind of ring she wanted.
Yeah.
We had already talked about like in the next like year or two being engaged.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, like it's in a year or two, like what kind of ring do you like? So
the size.
Yeah, so I can start saving up for it.
Yeah. And I'm like, what size are you? And then like we literally like just scrolled through like websites.
Right. Yeah.
And like the ring that she wanted, I basically got that ring that she looked for and basically asked for.
Sweet.
Nice.
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it was awesome, man.
Cool.
When's your
September 19th, we're gonna get married. So we're gonna fly down to Fort Myers and we're gonna get married on the beach. Nice. We're not gonna do a wedding. We did an engagement party a few weeks ago. Really just for the family. We didn't want to pay for a wedding.
Yeah, it's expensive, man.
It's expensive.
Yeah, you guys do your thing.
Yeah, and the family drama from her side and my side is a lot. So like, let's avoid it. Like, we want it for us. We wanted to get away. She always wanted to be married on the beach. So that was perfect. My old youth pastor lives down there. I always secretly wanted him to marry me anyways. Like, growing up, I always kind of thought that. So, like, he lives in Florida now, so he's going to marry us. So it's kind of perfect.
Everything's just falling in place.
Yeah. So I think the 18th or the 19th, I think it's the 19th. I think it's a Monday. We're going to go down on my weekend off and get married.
Okay.
So it'll be nice. Cool. We're excited.
Right on.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited.
It'll be good, man. It's honestly like awesome.
I mean, I feel like we kind of already are married, but not really. I don't know.
I know what you mean. Because Gabby and I lived together for like 3 years before we were married.
And we have a kid, so I mean, we're kind of married. Yeah.
Okay, man. So towards the end of our episodes, we like to do some fun would you rathers. So
Okay.
I've got some here. We can go ahead and get started. We'll just have answer however you want to answer, whoever goes first. The first one is, would you rather always hit a red light for the rest of your life, or always get slow internet after the sun goes down?
I'll take the slow internet.
Slow internet?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, same. If I hit a red light every single time, dude, I'd be pissed.
I would go crazy, I think.
Yeah. Especially if you're on a road where every block has a light, dude.
And you're running late.
Everything.
Or it's an emergency. Like, what do you do?
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, no.
All right, next one. Would you rather eat a spoonful of cinnamon or a spoonful of salt?
Spoonful of salt.
Dude, really?
I think salt, because salt dissolves.
Okay, but imagine that it's a spoonful, like a heavy
I
spoonful
know,
of salt.
but I think I could put up with that over cinnamon that's powder, and you like cough it and it's still there.
I do a teaspoon of salt every time before I work out.
Really?
Yes.
Is that for the veins?
It's science based, so it's for hydration purposes, but also to help with muscle contractions. Stan Efferding talks about it a lot, and he talks about where he gets the research from.
Who?
Stan Efferding.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll give you his name.
Yeah.
The Rhino, but he.
So you just have
so
some
the salt.
in your drink
the
bag, and you.
I just So salt
I need to
doesn't
try
bother me.
that.
So do the salt.
Is
Yes.
that a salt shaker you use?
Pretty much. Yeah.
All right, next one. Would you rather be able to time travel within a certain range? So let's say time travel within a 10-year range, or be able to freeze time.
Okay, but if you're freezing time, can you like maneuver and like move
Do you-
stuff
Yeah, the
around?
time
Yeah.
is frozen, but you yourself can move like.
Do you age in the time freeze?
No.
Is there a specific time, limited amount of time I can freeze?
Ooh, I would say let's say you could freeze it for 10 hours.
How far? For the time traveling, how far can you go? I
So
think I would
10
pick
years future or 10 years
In the
past.
past.
past. In that case, I think I would freeze time.
Freeze time?
Yeah.
Freeze time sounds nice, especially if I can do it for like 10, 12 hours. I can do it like in increments of like, all right, I just need an extra hour to finish this one thing. Just freeze it for an hour.
Yeah.
Do my work.
Yeah, same. Be like, oh crap, forgot to work out today. Freeze.
Yeah,
Go
you
hit the
freeze
gym.
time.
Yo, exactly. Exactly.
I think I would do that.
All right. Next one. Would you rather be stronger than average or smarter than average?
Smarter.
I'm already stronger than average.
Smart.
Okay.
I would be smarter too.
I think if you're smarter than average, then maybe you could get stronger than average.
Oh, yeah. There you
See,
go.
I like that. You're playing the system.
Yeah.
I like that one.
All right. That's all I had for the Would You Rathers. Once again, man, thanks for coming onto the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for making the drive. I know we haven't seen each other in like years, so it was really nice.
It's crazy it's
catch
been
up.
that long. You said that, and I was like, has it really been that long?
Yeah, dude. Because
That's crazy.
I think I took a semester off school. I think you might have taken a semester off
Yeah.
school, and like we.
Yeah,
That's
last time you saw me,
wild.
had hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally.
My hair wasn't so long.
Yeah.
I took your hair.
Yeah, you took on my hair.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else you want to say before we end the podcast?
If you're looking for a coach, Kyle Moran is the coach. That's the only thing I got to say. But thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well,
Appreciate
we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.